When Jesus arrives at the temple the next morning, he finds merchants buying and selling. These merchants were part of the temple economy. Such merchants had become necessary to provide pilgrims with the sacrificial animals and proper currency to present offerings in the temple. Jesus' actions give some of the idea of Jesus behaving badly. Why does Jesus start flipping tables? Disrupting the economic markets of the temple was a dangerous and provocative act. Rabbinic tradition does speak of pigeons, the poor person's sacrifice being sold at many times the going rate at about this time. It is this kind of usury that is the problem. Many times that will be the point that preachers emphasize. These markets would also be set up in the courts of the Gentiles, the place set aside for the Gentiles to worship. The reference to the house of prayer for the nation seems to suggest that's part of the problem. Jesus quotes Isaiah 56:7 with the added phrase, den of robbers, from Jeremiah 7:11. Isaiah's oracle envisions the day when Israelites scattered abroad but will gather again, but also Gentiles themselves. If they approach God with a clean heart and with repentance, if they come to God with offerings and want to encounter God and have their prayers heard. Isaiah's vision echoes the prayer of Solomon at the dedication of the temple in 1 Kings 8:41 through 43. In this chapter, Solomon offers a prayer that this place dedicated to God's name will achieve its purpose and become a spiritual lighthouse for the world. Jesus' point is that the temple activity is impeding the true purposes of the temple, which is to reveal God's glory to the nation. The den of thieves is borrowed from Jeremiah 7:11. If you look at the entire passage, Jeremiah 7:1 through 34, the entire passage talks about the corruption of the ruling priests, how they are thieves and robbers and violent men who they foolishly think that God does not notice. So what Jesus is implying is that the ruling priests have failed to make the house of God a place of prayer, a place which is called after God's name. They have failed to make it into a spiritual lighthouse that God originally intended, that Solomon, the son of David, originally prayed about and hoped would be achieved.